Hi children, how are you? Welcome back to the 8th class physical science session. Yes, I am manikumari, KGBV Gangavaram, East Godavari district. Children, today we are discussing about summary of force. Firstly, we observe important concepts of force. What are they? Do you know? Yes, that they are. First one is, what is force? What is a force? And second one is types of forces. And third one is contact force. Contact force. Fourth one is field force. Field force or force at a distance. Force at a distance. And fifth one is effects of forces. Effects of forces. And next one is net force. Net force. Next one is pressure. Yes. First concept is, what is a force? Do you know the definition of force? Yes. Observe here. I replace the chair from one place to another place. Yes. I applied the force on the chair as a push. And I want to bring my bag. Yes. I applied force as a pull on the bag. In these situations, we can say that force is a pull or a push upon an object. Yes, that's why we can say that definition of force is a pull or a push upon an object. Next one is types of forces. Do you know how many types of forces are there? Yes, there are two types. What are they? Let us see. Force can be divided into two types. Two types. One is contact force. What is that? Contact force. Another one is field force or force at a distance. Force at distance. Yes, let us discuss contact force. Force which resultant there is a direct physical contact between two interacting bodies as known as contact force. Contact force. Which force is resultant when there is a direct physical contact between two interacting objects is known as contact force. Remind, contact force can be divided into four types. What are they? Do you know? Let us see what are the four types of contact forces. Yes, contact force can be divided into how many types? Four types. What are they? Yes. First one is muscular force. Muscular force we can see in our daily life of every activities. Every activity. For example, brushing, bathing, lifting the objects and walking, all running, all the activities in our life including our muscles. So, we can say that the force which we exert by using our body muscles is known as muscular force. Next contact force is force of friction. Then force of friction. Do you observe friction in our life? Yes, we can see in the all activities in our life. For example, when we throw the object on a floor, it moves some distance and stop there. Why? Because of the force of friction. That's why we can say that friction is the resistance of movement of a body over the surface of another body. Next contact force is a normal force. Third one is a normal force. Normal force is a direction which perpendicular to the plane surface is said to be normal force. For example, when we put an object on the table, we can see the normal force on the surface of the object. The contact force is tension. Fourth one is tension, which is always pulls the body along with the thread. Look at here, I tag a stone with the thread and hang it. Here the force pulls always towards the thread. That's why tension is always pulls the body along with the thread. And one other type of field force is magnetic force. Here I will take a magnet. It has two poles. One is south pole, another one is north pole. When we bring the two magnets near to each other, like same poles are repelled, unlike poles are attracted each other. Children, let us observe by an activity. Here I bring two magnets. I bring the same poles near to each other. What do you observe here? Yes, it will be repelled. It is repelled. And then bring another pole, that is north pole, near to the south pole. Observe here.
Yes, ma'am. It attracts.
Please observe here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it attracts like as a one bar. Here same poles are attracted. Do you observe any forces here?
No, ma'am.
No. Yes, it is some invisible forces there. That invisible force is called as a magnetic force. Magnetic force can be seen in magnetic materials. Between magnetic materials and magnetic material and iron materials also. Shall we observe invisible force between magnetic material and bar magnet? Yes, let us watch this activity. Children, watch this another activity. I take a safety pin and one magnet, one plank, wooden plank. Keep the safety pin on the plank and bring the magnet at down of the plank and moving the magnet. What do you observe here? Yes, pin is dancing. Why? Yes, there is some invisible force. That invisible force is called magnetic force. Do you observe here? There is an direct physical contact between the pin and magnet?
No, ma'am.
No. Indeed, it is an no direct physical contact between the two objects. That force is called magnetic force. And the one of the type of field force. Field force is electrostatic force. The force exerted by a charged body on another charged body is known as electrostatic force. This force comes into play even when the bodies are not in contact. Children, look at this activity. I take a comb and one polythene sheet. When we rub the comb with the polythene sheet, the comb will get charged. When we bring the charged body into neutral body, it will be attracts because of the electrostatic force. So we can say that electrostatic force is a field force. Children, look at here. Children, look at here. The piece of paper attract the comb because the force exerted by a charged body on a neutral body. So, paper pieces are attract the comb. That's why we can say that it is an electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is one of the field force. Here, no direct contact between these two objects. Field force is gravitational force. It is a force of attraction that exists between two bodies or two masses of bodies everywhere in the universe. Children, we observe gravitational force in our daily life. For example, when we drop any object from the some height, it will be fall down on the earth because of gravitational force. Because of gravitational force. So, we can say that the force of attraction of exists in two massive bodies. We can say that gravitational force. Next, fifth one is net force. Now, the fifth one is net force. Many forces can act simultaneously on a body, and the forces will be zero. That means net force is a zero. Net force can be defined as a net. We can write as F net is equal to F1 minus F2. Usually represented by its magnitude. All forces have magnitude and direction. The units of force is newtons. SI units of force is newtons. Newtons. It is denoted by capital N. And next topic is free body diagram. The diagram showing all the forces acting on the object in a particular instant is called a free body diagram. It is also denoted by FBD. And children, look at the board or draw a diagram that is showing free body diagram. Yes. Children, look at here. I take a car for the showing of free body diagram. Here, some particular instant, all the forces are acting here. Look at here. This is the normal forces acting on a car, and it is also normal force. It is an gravitational force. What is that? Gravitational force. And here it is. Look at here. It is an force. And here, opposite direction, it is a friction. In a particular instance, we can see all the forces on a near one time. This is, you can say that it is a free body diagram. Children, our sixth concept is effects of force. By using force, we can decrease or increase the velocity of objects, and the force can change the state of motion of an object. The force can change the speed of objects and the shape of the objects also. Seventh concept is pressure. We are discussed in the last session, and again recall once. Yes, the force acting perpendicularly on a unit area is called pressure. So we can write as pressure is equal to force by area. Here we discussed about the units. While it is a physical, pressure is a physical quantity. That's why we must express the units. Yes, the SI units of pressure is equal to Newton by meter square. Is that Newton by meter square? We can denote it as N by M square. Children, we have one question in our textbook. That is, why does the sharper side of a knife cuts more easily than the blunt side of it? Do we experience in our daily life? Yes, we experienced it. In our cooking time or a fruit cutting time, we observe it. Yes, because of the smaller contact area. Let us see our answer. A sharper side of a knife has a smaller contact area. Therefore, for the same amount of force applied on it, the sharper side of a knife exerts more pressure than the blunt side, and hence cuts more easily. Children, these are the main concepts of force. Children, please read the textbook thoroughly and write down the notes. We have some questions what we learned in the textbook. Please write down your notes. When schools are reopened, verify by your teachers. Children, in this pandemic situation, all of you stay at home and stay safe. In this pandemic situation, all of us must take precautions. The precautions are must wear the mask in proper way, like this, and keep sanitizer with you and sanitize your hands frequently. Children, don't go outside. If you want to go outside, maintain some social distance. Children, don't prefer outside foods and stay safe and stay long. Thank you for watching.